Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Expanded View. This is our first episode. I'm your host, Alara Canfield, with Kimberly
Kimberly
Crowe.
Crowe.
Yay! So we're so excited to be here and to share with you and to talk with you and just give you some new insights, perhaps an expanded view on things, on what is going on in the world, what is going on in your own reality, in our realities, and just what's up, what's happening, right, Kimberly?
That's exactly right. That's what we're going to do. I'm going over to the Facebook group just in case. There. Okay. In case things come up there and then one of us may see it.
I'm gonna suggest you do that so that I can just focus on this. And that's the thing. It's like, when we're working in collaboration with and in cooperation with someone else doing a show like this, it's like we each have our role to play. So what role are you playing today in your life? That's a good question for today. What role are you playing in your life, and is it working for you?
Yeah, and where are we as a whole in this world? Where are we not playing our role? Where are we standing back and abandoning our own self for the needs of others and not really shining our light in the way that we can shine it fully? The reflection of what is that and where are we at with that?
Or where are we, like, waiting for something to happen?
Waiting,
right?
the waiting period. Yeah.
And as we know, when you wait, you just keep waiting for some sign or something to happen. Nothing happens until you actually make the choice and the decision and take that first step. Then things start to move, I think. That's what I found.
Yeah, there's something even, because I know a lot of people in the spiritual realm and stuff, we're like waiting for spirit to tell us what to do. and it's like we have to push that go button, and when we do, and we ask for insight, because that's the insight is the divine feminine energy, and the action is the divine inspiration. The divine action is the divine masculine, and that's when it comes together. So sometimes we get inspired and then we sit and wait, and when we do the action, it may not be exactly what we thought when we first got it, but it does take us down the road to somewhere, to whoever that may cross your path the next moment, whatever that action is. So you're right. There's a part of
It's
just
both.
doing it.
It's both, though, right? There's a fine balance, and there is a balancing act about listening to our intuition, listening to our divine guidance, and taking that action. So sometimes we do take actions when we haven't quite got everything figured out. We haven't got all the pieces, but we still take action. But what happens is that when you start to take that action, the next step starts to show up. The next intuitive hit, is ready for you to receive, right? And so it's sometimes you just have to, like, trust yourself, right? Trust yourself.
And even go when you don't trust yourself. That's when you're brave. It's like when you have that moment of doubt, but you just do it anyway. And it's like, that's the part of the adventure. And that's when it's like this or something better. And you have no idea, what is in store for you and what can happen. Really, even with this, because
Exactly. I was just thinking that too.
Yeah, because I was getting for like a month or so to do something like what we're doing. And I mentioned it to a couple of people, and like nothing really happened. I just kind of turned it over to spirit, because when I turn stuff over, I literally imagine a sphere in front of me, like an energy ball. And I, see the event, imagine the event. And then I just turn it over. I turn the energy over to this or something better. It's like an energy ball of consciousness that I send out into the universe, even when I'm having conflict with someone. And then just randomly, I was on your show, and then it come up, and then things changed, but we just kept going with the flow.
It's like, why not? And so I want to point out really quickly for everyone who's watching now or later, I just want to point out that what Kimberly just gave right now is a great manifestation secret, or a great manifestation process. Have a sphere, a ball of light in front of you and put your intention, your desire, your wish. We do this on the prayer circle all the time, but put that in there and then let it go, right? Then
Yeah.
let it go. Don't be like, trying to control it and everything. And that
Right.
is when you're allowing the divine spirit creator to work with you to create that.
Manifestation really happens when your inner self, that divine inner spark of your inner self and your higher self are working together. And I hear people get all, whiny ass, I'm gonna curse on here, about, well, my higher self is not doing anything for me. My higher self doesn't work for me. I turn it over, but they change their mind somewhere in between. And
Mm-hmm.
spirit will set out, because if we turn it over and the higher self's got, okay, I got the plan, you handed it to me, now I'll put everything in. And then you have another thought, you go another direction, that stuff comes in, it stops and waits. It's like, okay,
Exactly.
well, they're not ready yet. And so
Exactly.
when people wonder why their manifestations aren't coming in, it could be that,
Yeah.
it's like, where did you step back in and start manipulating it again, or having doubt, or going, no, I really want this. No, I want it's like a bubble gum machine. It's not a bubble gum machine where you stand and go, oh, I want the red one. I want the red one. And you get the blue one, and it's like, so use the blue one.
And that's a
Yeah.
good point, is that, sometimes, a lot of times we say, oh, it didn't happen. I didn't get what I wanted. I did, but where in the process, from when you first said you wanted something and when it didn't come to fruition, where did you change your mind? Because you're right. That is what we do. We change our mind. We say no because there's something about it, whether, based on our beliefs, right? Based on our past programming. We think we don't deserve it. We think we can't have it. We think it's too hard. All these wonderful reasons block it and stop it, from actually coming to fruition the way that you wanted in the first place.
Yeah. And how many times have you already moved past what it was that you thought you wanted?
Yeah.
It's like you think that it's this, and you're like lining it all up, and then something shifts. You get your aha, something happens in the world, and you go into a different expansion. And it's because you started that action. And then you go into a different expansion, and then whatever that was is not really it anymore.
Hmm.
So that's another thing. You don't have to stay with that. I think that sometimes we don't know when to let go of whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's
and our
like,
desires change, right? Our desires change, and that's okay, right? We don't have to, like, if I wanted something 10 years ago, my whole life is completely different now, so it's like, yeah, it's quite possible that I don't even remember now, but what I would have wanted 10 years ago, I don't want that now, because my whole life is completely different. So it's fine,
exactly.
right? So I can't hold on to that thought that I had 10 years ago. So I really want this. Well, it may not fit into my design, my plan, now, right?
Right. And with this ever changing world that we have, it's like things are changing. I mean, even what we do now, the fact that we're Zooming today, look how much has changed in just the time period that it's all changed, and
Mhm.
everything's moving that fast, and that we have this capability to connect with all kinds of people all over the world with just pushing a little go button there. We go live, and then
Yeah,
wham, it's like this whole network goes out, and we're right there with people, and we have that connection. How fast our world is changing.
absolutely. So I wanted to take a moment first before we go further, Kimberly, and just share with people who may be watching later, who don't know us, who are these two wonderful ladies? We have no ideas. So Kimberly, do you want to tell everybody who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm Kimberly Crowe, and I am a psychic intuitive medium, and I use my abilities. I'm not
Mhm.
going to call it a gift, because a gift sounds like that it's like someone just hands this to you and it's given to you, or it's some kind of reward.
Yeah,
And the truth is, we all have all of this was inside of us. So it's our tools, it's our accumulated knowledge, our abilities that are within us. So I use those abilities to help people um, have the expanded view. you know, because when I tap into their energy, into their consciousness, I can see what's holding them back from their most infinite possibilities in everything that they could create, because I see their whole divine potential and what their destiny really has lined up for them, and where the sabotaging patterns come in. So I help people. I call myself a sacred witness now. I hold a space in that for people to be able to create their unlimited possibility. So that's how I use that now. I mean, as a medium, I do see multidimensionally, and I can see all of the dimensions, but the role that I'm in now and all the different initiations that I went through on this journey, that's where I feel like my accumulated knowledge is using it as its highest potential in that matter now.
Awesome. Thank you. So does that mean that
Yeah.
you're going to send me a new bio?
Oh, yes, I do need to send you a new bio. I really need to do that. So I do services, and then I have a membership group that that I do, you know, things like Alora does in her membership. It's like where we do calls and come together and experience the energies and do energy transmissions and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm an artist too. This art on the back of the wall is my art, and I do spirit art. So that's my most favorite thing in the whole world to do, is when I paint and just let the faces come up and do the readings and stuff from that. And then you have a piece in your environment that activates your own currency codes, your
I
own
want one day
blueprint to be there. Yes, I need to do one. Yeah.
All right, so I am Alara Canfield, and so I'm a healer, I'm a coach, I'm a telesummit host, which is like a radio show kind of thing as well. I'm a quantum healer. I have a membership group as well. I do 21-day classes. I also do, you know, live calls, pop-up calls. And you know, and with me, I work with energy. I transmit frequencies, energies, and vibrations. I do clearings and healings and all that wonderful stuff. And it's like so much fun. And I do these wonderful shows every day, it seems like. So there's always some live show that I'm doing Monday to Friday. I've taken the summer off. So it's like I'm going to take the weekend off in the summer. But usually Monday to Friday, there's some sort of live call happening, whether it's free or paid, one or the other. And so, you know, part of, you know, what I like to do is, you know, work with people multidimensionally as a quantum healer to heal what's keeping them stuck, to heal and clear what's keeping them locked into a reality that no longer works for them. You know, all these belief systems that we have that are not true for you anymore, and opening them up to experience what it's like to have greater ease, greater expansion, greater awareness, and that connection with spirit. And a lot of times, I know, I'll be honest, a lot of times for me, it's like I'm just a channel. You know, I don't think about what I'm going to do beforehand. You know, and on my live calls with my membership group, you know, it's like whatever's coming through in that moment. And so
yeah, we both work in that way. We both kind of fly back. Yeah, it's like we just open it up because we step out of the way.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
like totally step out of the way, and I trust in the moment that to tap into that quantum consciousness, and that the spirit divine is going to, that's who's in charge. They're going to take care of it, and it's going to be exactly more than I could ever dream in. You know, it's like in my ego self.
Yeah, some of the processes, you know, that I bring forward, I have no idea what's going to come through, what it's going to be. But when I ask my participants in the groups, they all resonate and they all say yes. And sometimes they're actually seeing it or feeling it 1 second, maybe 15 seconds before I actually say it, you know?
Yeah. That yesterday I did a call, and that happens. It's like in there, and I've had people say, I thought I'd done something wrong because I had already moved past where you were at and I was already seeing this. And it's like, no, it's like you can't do anything wrong with any of it. It's your journey and where you go and what's coming in. I'm just describing the energies, you know, as I see them. Yeah.
And it's basically, you know, if for us, it's about being in trust and just allowing the divine to work with us and through us for the benefit of whoever is listening. So even these shows, that's what it's going to be about. I mean, yeah, we're not doing any processes per se, but even the information that's going to come through these calls, these shows, is pretty much channeled because it's what you require. It's what spirit is telling us to bring to the world, to share with you. And so, both of us, Kimberly and I, have pretty much no agenda when it comes to the show, other than I just want to have fun. I want to, because I do lots of other shows where I'm the host, and I don't want to have that, that role per se. So I just want to have fun, and I just want to be here for you, to support you in what you require and what you need. And so we're going to take some time during each show to share some information, some wisdom, some teaching, something that can be of benefit to you. Like earlier, Kimberly shared about the manifestation, about the orb of light, and putting your desire into it and then letting it go to spirit, right? So
yeah, and if you all want to know tools like that and techniques, then ask us, and then we can, we can talk about that the next time. We can, that can be part of what we talk about, and the tools that we use for ourselves and how we do that, because that's how we opened up all of our intuitive abilities and the going through the initiations that we did, because the work that we did on ourselves. It's like that part of going to the next level, to get to the next level, to get to the next level. And the more I received is, the more expansion happened from the get-go.
Absolutely.
It was like the difference where I started from and where I was at, because, we all go through those journeys.
Yeah, and the more that you are in allowance and and willing to receive something different than what you are already experiencing, right? This is about being open to receiving and allowing yourself to be different than who you have been in the past. And at the same time, not just being, but then taking different actions as you're moving forward, right? That is what is going to change your reality. Is, the energetic work, absolutely. But then it's also, what is your mind process? What are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself? And then what actions are you taking? Are you taking different actions now? Because if not, nothing is going to really change that much. So if you wanted to change here as well in this reality, then you have to take different actions. And that's the thing that is the hardest, because sometimes we have this belief, or this, thought pattern of like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to do something wrong, so I won't do anything. You get stuck in that frozenness, right? And the best way to get out of that, for me, has always been take an action, anything. Take any action, take one step. And that's going to get you moving forward. Because if you just stay stuck and frozen in place because you don't want to make a mistake, nothing's going to change, nothing's going to shift, nothing's going to move, right? And so movement is also really important. So walking every day, if you can walk every day for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, that is going to get your energy moving and shifting as well. And, believe it or not, that is more important than a lot of things, so when you're walking, it's like be fully present in your body. Don't be in your head thinking, right? Don't think about this problem and that problem and this is what I wanted. No, just be in your body, walk, breathe, and just, allow yourself to be present in that moment. See the flowers, see the trees, see the sky, see the people, see the people and smile at them. That is going to change your energy like you wouldn't believe. And then that's going to help you get unstuck from where you've been, because energy and movement, it's really, really important.
Yeah, there's the energy expansion that happens because when we connect to nature, then nature starts connecting to us, and it literally, is working on our energy fields. And then we start, it goes into sync with us, and then in expansion. And that happens when we're out connecting like that.
And when you do that, you start to get new insights, right? New ideas.
Exactly.
I find when I'm walking and I'm out of my head, I get new insights and I get new ideas and new inspiration, right? And that's then what you can act upon. What those new ideas, those new insights, those new inspirations, then you can like, oh, that sounds like fun. See how that feels. Does it feel fun? Does it feel good? Does it feel joyful? Does it feel light? Then take one action. If it feels heavy, constrictive, it's like, if you're scared, that's okay too. But just remember, don't let fear stop you, right? Don't let fear stop you,
right?
Because, what's the point? So be fearless and take action. I think that's my new motto, my new meme, my new mantra. Be fearless and take action.
a class that I taught was when we could still travel. And on the way going there, I was listening to an audiobook. What was that name of that book? Bluefish? I can't remember the author's name.
Redfish,
but
bluefish, I don't know. No.
Yeah. And that's where the title from the book came from, is from the Dr. Seuss stuff. Yeah. But anyway, I think he's Australian. But in it, something that he said, and I've really thought, to incorporate this, and it's that this is me paraphrasing everything that I got from it. He may not say this at all. You know how you listen to a book or read a book and you got a whole different page than anybody else did. Mm-hmm. But what I got from it was like, if we had never been programmed with like the word failure and didn't even know what that means, and like if you know, I thought if we could do this to the next generation, that it's never been put into consciousness, and that it's only an adventure. Mm-hmm. And that everything is an adventure. It's all an adventure, and that there is no such thing as that. And where did that come from to begin with? And how was that programmed into humanity's consciousness? And so, you know, it's some part of ego that thought this is going to go this direction, and it went another direction. So then somewhere we started believing it was failure, when it's just another adventure.
I love that, because that's exactly what I say too. It's just an adventure. It's just an experience. Everything is an experience. And if you think of it, of being on this path as an adventure, you're going to be opening up in wonder at all the different things that you see and experience, right? An adventure is usually joyful and exciting, right? And there's there's a little bit of fear, there's a little uncertainty, right? But mostly it's like, wow, new stuff happening all the time, exciting stuff happening all the time, new challenges, new processes, new people, right? New relationships. It's all an adventure. And that being the adventurous spirit gets you, your juices flowing, gets you all excited, gets you more alive than thinking about the challenges. Or it's like, oh my God, this is so hard. No, it's so much fun. Yeah. What else is possible here that you haven't experienced before, right?
Yeah. And when something does cease to be, or didn't quite go the way we thought, if we can see that as, oh, good, that like, it's like to fail fast, like the faster you do it, then the faster you can move on.
Exactly.
It's like a game.
Okay, next.
Yeah, it's like some kind of video game. So then you go to this level instead. It's like, oh, well, that door did. And that's if you go to a door and the door is shut, then you don't just sit down at where it is. You look for another exit.
You look for another door, another opportunity, right?
It's right. It's like, okay, that door's shut. There's got to be another way out of here.
And if there's not a door, there's a window,
Right.
Look for it. And that's the thing. It's about looking for it, not just staying where you are, right? Because I find like if you're just staying where you are, you become stagnant. Your energy slows down and you become more dense. But if you're constantly, maybe that's just me, constantly looking for new, exciting, fun stuff to do, your life becomes more joyful and, I don't know, lighter. I get bored really quickly, so I like to do new things all the time. So when you brought this up, it's like, yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun, right?
Yeah, right. We'll be fun.
And it is, right? And that's the point. We said at the outset, it's going to be fun. So our intention is to have fun with it, right? To keep it light and have fun.
I think that's the only thing that we set intention with. I don't think we made another one.
To be of service, of course, right? To be supportive, to our communities, etc. But to have fun, to keep it light. So I wanted to share go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say on the, Sandra is on the Facebook. So she said it was lovely to see us. So I thought we would tell her it's lovely to see her too. And thank you for joining us and have fun with us today.
Exactly.
So thank you for being here. Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you're watching us and you're not in the Facebook group right now, please join. There's going to be a link at the bottom. So please join the Facebook group so that you can join in on these live shows, every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Where are you? Central time, right? So that, you can be here with us and share in the comments in the Facebook group what you would like to experience next, what you would like to know, what challenges are you having in your life that we can assist you with in the next show or the show after. We'll see. So we would really love to be able to support you in that way. And also, we are going to be having guests on the show as well. So it'll be myself and Kimberly and one or two guests. We'll see who's going to come on first, but we're looking forward to that too, to have, again, a more expanded view of different situations and different things that people are experiencing. And also, I was thinking, I'm sorry, I'm like, oh, what else? What else was I thinking, Kimberly? Okay, let's go. Let's stick with that for now. There was something else, but yeah, I haven't told Kimberly yet, so I'll talk to her about that
Okay.
later. We're always, and that's the thing. It's like when we're having these shows, it is about just being in the moment, right? So there's no image, there's no persona. It's me being me authentically. This is it. And same thing with Kimberly. So I invite all of you who are watching or listening later or now. Are you being authentically you? Or are you playing a role? Are you putting on a persona? Are you putting on a mask? What would it be like for you to just be you? And know that you are loved and supported and accepted as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so I really want to invite you to do that, because as you start to be you more and more, a lot of those layers will start to come off, and you'll start to see who you are and how you don't have to have those barriers up. You don't have to have those walls up around you anymore.
Yeah,
you're safe. It's okay.
Right. Those are created from our not self to feel like, when the not self gets recognized for being the not self, then there's this little part of us that goes, oh, well, that must have worked, so I'll just keep being that. And then eventually we don't know who we are anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you even know who your authentic self is and what that energy is about?
Yeah.
So
exactly. So just tap into that energy of, me and Kimberly, for example, we're just being ourselves, right? So yeah, I might mess up and say something wrong like I just did a few minutes ago. That's okay. I'll talk to Kimberly about it later, and then we'll share it with you guys.
You probably could have told me anyway, but it would have took us off in some kind of conversation, and we would have forgotten that we were here with you all.
Exactly. That is possible too. And so it's like, it's okay even if I did that, right?
Yeah.
It's okay, so it's like, oh yeah, I'll talk about it later. But it doesn't make me less because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's still me. And for the people, those of you who know me really well, that's how I am. My mind goes off on different tangents, and it's like, oh, I need to rein it in for a moment just to stay focused. But I don't have to on this show because I'm not the host. Or okay, I'm one of the hosts.
And that's something too we'll talk about sometime, because as visionaries, and I'm sure there's a lot of people on here that are visionaries, and they get so much in, and then you don't know which direction to go with it because so much is coming in. And I think sometimes people get stuck in the stagnation of that because there's so many possibilities that then they're afraid that they're going to choose the wrong one, and it's like, do one of them and then do the next one, or like us, do 5 or 6 of them at the same time.
Exactly.
It's like that we can tell you things all day. Readers, healers can give you information all day long, but if you don't do anything with it, you're just a hoarder at that point.
No offense to hoarders, no judgment.
Which I have been an information hoarder more than once in my life, because I love information. Yeah, and I've even been looking at that right now for myself. And that's when you almost get like, you can get stagnated, because for me, so much comes in, and I want to give it the tool to the next. As soon as it comes into me, I want to hand it off. And when I do that, then the next piece comes in. As soon as I give it, then more comes in, more comes in, more comes in.
And that's the thing. Once you start to use some of the information, that then, based on your experience with it, becomes your wisdom, right?
Exactly.
So it's all information, it's all knowledge until you use it, integrate it, then it becomes your wisdom. And that is what I like to share, is the wisdom. It's like, because information and knowledge, we're all going to process in different ways, depending on how we use it, right? But the thing is, try it out. If it feels good, if it feels like, yeah, this is something I could try it out for a little while, not just once, not for 5 seconds, try it out for a while, and then see if it works for you. Or if it resonates with you. If not, it's okay, let it go. There's no, you don't have to hold on to everything anymore. Try something out for a little while, see if it works, see how it works for you. If it does, continue. If it doesn't, okay, no, that didn't quite work exactly like I thought. So, all right, next, right? But trust your knowing, trust your, your awareness of things, okay? So always trust you. We can only give you, tools, resources, etc. But then it's up to you to use it if it feels good. If it doesn't, that's okay. There's no, we don't mind.
Yeah, because it's going to be a different vibration at different times, even for me. I mean, some days it's stone, some days, maybe I'm doing essential oils. Like today, the energy, I just felt like I needed to uplift. And it's like I've still got the peeling laying here. I ate a tangerine, and then even just the smell of that, the vibration of it, it's like there was in it, the energy that was in it. Sometimes it can be as simple as just eating a tangerine can shift your whole energy.
Absolutely.
It can be things like that. So pay attention to that in yourself. Check in, because it is about being embodied in this experience that we are here on earth. Right.
Yeah. Talk to your body, ask your body. Well, one thing I'm going to mention though, that I really think is really important, it really is important to drink water. It really is important to drink water, the best water that you can, as some of you know, I was in Canada for a month and the water there didn't taste good. So I didn't drink enough. I know that. I just couldn't. It was like, oh, it's disgusting. Then I came back here to Vienna and I'm drinking more water and it tastes good. I feel good. I feel better. I'm not as sluggish over there. I was tired. My body was aching. It's like, what is going on here? But now I'm back here. I'm drinking more water. I'm walking more, which helps too. And just the food is different here. And it's like, I'm in my happy place. I have my puppy who's at my feet, of course, and my husband. And so I'm in my happy place. But drink water. It is so beneficial. And if you think you drink a lot, add a little bit more. Right? We all think we drink a lot, enough, right? We think I drink enough. Add another half a cup. Just add a little bit more, because we really don't. I find sometimes, and I do drink a lot. I find sometimes I'm thirsty. Why am I thirsty? Because I'm still not drinking enough. I mean, my body needs more. And part of that is also because of all the energy work that we do. We do a lot of energy work, right? Every day. And so because of that, in order to move the energy, have it flowing, etc., you need to drink even more water. Okay? So that's...
I think the energies that's just been in humanity right now, because I don't ever have this experience, and I've had it 2 or 3 times this week. Because last Saturday, I do have sometimes migraines, but I woke up with a migraine. But before I woke up that morning, sometime while it was still dark, I heard, "You need water. You need water." And I was like, I'm asleep. I don't want to get up. And and then when I did wake up, I could feel my head doing things. And it was like, I knew I needed water. And this week, especially, I have actually got up during the middle of the night to go. I heard you need water, and I've got up to drink water. And so I don't know, there is something going on with whatever, all of that. There's a lot of planetary stuff happening right now, and then just a lot of things happening in humanity's consciousness. So I think the water helps flush out those toxins, that are there. So and of course it's really hot right now too in most places. Well, it depends if you're in Australia or another season, but
true. But the thing is, listen to your body. If your body is saying, I'm thirsty, drink water, right? And if you get the intuitive hit, I think I should drink some more water. Do it. Listen to that. And also, like you were just talking about, when we're doing all this energy work, we need the water, but also like it is about flushing out the toxins in the body. When we're doing clearings and releasings, etc., that's about clearing out those toxins, those energies that no longer serve us. So drinking water helps to flush that out faster and easier and gives you more ease. So I know some people in my community, they're not experiencing as much ease as they would like. Drink more water and walk. Walking and drinking water, not at the same time necessarily, is going to be a big help. So that's going to help big time. Okay.
Yeah, there's actually a scientific thing. I was thinking about that when you were talking about walking earlier, because moving the hands and the legs like that, it does that crisscross thing in the brain, and it actually resets like the limbic system. There's like it actually, there's a process that is actually happening. And it's like, well, yeah, we were designed in the way that we were because the body some way intuitively actually knows how to take care of itself. And we, I think, get in the way of it. We override it with different things.
Yeah, we override it by being in our head too much.
Yeah.
Right. And so, people in my community, they know that, we've talked about that quite a bit. So get out of your head, be in your body, focus on the bottom of your feet or focus somewhere on your body. Just be present, take 3 deep breaths and be present in your body. It is so important to get out of your head, because when you're in your head, those same thoughts over and over again that you keep thinking that are not true for you anymore, or that are just an old pattern, or, that don't serve you anymore. But the thoughts have become a habit, right? So the more that you can take a deep breath and get out of your head and just be in your body, that it's like a pattern interrupt. It interrupts that thought pattern. So, the more that you do it, the easier it becomes to break that pattern, okay? And to interrupt that pattern. Try it. And for those and for those people in my community, when I say try it, they really mean do it. They know that that's what it means. I say try it to be nice, but they know it means do it.
Do it. Go do it. Go experience it. Experience it. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like experience it for the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to share, Kimberly, today?
I don't know. I was sitting here trying to think. I've got my little Marian crystal right here beside me. See, I use that too. It's like if there's something coming up, or if I get a headache, sometimes I just take a crystal, and you don't really have to know exactly like to hold it this way or hold it that way. It's just sometimes the energy is like a clearing energy for stuff, and it can help bring in frequencies for you too.
So that is one thing I was going to say. That is one of the things that we will talk about, on these shows, are crystals, because we all have, like I have lots here too, as you all know.
Yeah, if you want to know stuff about them, because that's something that we can talk about.
Yeah.
All kinds of different topics that way.
Yeah, so crystals,
different dimensions,
essences, because we all work with essential oils and essences, crystals, angels, ascended masters, you name it. We know so much, but not just that we know, but we work with so much, right? We work with so many different tools that we can share what we have gleaned from our own experiences. So we'd be happy to share that with you, and how you can use that in your life to give you more ease, to assist you and support you in moving forward with your life. So definitely share in the comments, share underneath this post, if you're watching later, what you would like us to talk about and share with you as well. We would love to.
Yeah.
Different ideas, different topics. We would love that. Otherwise, we're just going to talk about whatever is coming up for us in the moment. And you're like, okay. So if you'd like to see more, just let us know. I just bought these 2 cute little selenite eggs. I just love them. They're so cute.
I love selenite. It's like one of my, I whisper and say it's one of my favorite stones. I don't want to hurt the other one's feelings.
Yes, exactly. No, I get you. Like I used to have 2 of these, right? And it's selenite, but these are beautiful, right? I just love them. I used to meditate with these. And then Neo, I don't know how, he chewed one up. I don't know how or why.
They're soft.
They are very soft. So it's like, I don't know why you would...
Because I've melted them actually in my hand before, from holding them and doing things. And then they had like a soft spot in them, so they can. And with that, with stones, because people tell you, you're supposed, clean them in salt water and blah, blah, blah. Some stones don't like that, and selenite is one that you do not want to put in salt water.
You don't have to do anything with selenite, nothing.
No. Yeah, it doesn't. You don't want to do that, or you don't want to put it out in the sun either, because it can get indentions in it too. It can melt.
So so these are my 2 new meditation stones, and they fit nicely in my palms as well, because the other one is gone. So I just bought those when I was in Toronto. But we have lots of stones. I have my Andaras, which I really like as well. There's like, I think I have 10. It's like crazy. But lots of different stones. We can definitely talk about that. Anything to do with manifestation, we can talk about that. Clearings, etc. You know, anything.
I actually wire wrap, and when I was doing live events, I used to sell my art and my jewelry at them. So these are Peruvian opals
Oh,
that I
nice.
wrapped. So if you want a piece of custom jewelry for you, you can contact me on that too. And speaking of contact us, if you look in our bios, there's links to our individual websites. So that's on the site, and maybe we can put more stuff up like that too for them
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
access if they want to
And also,
reach
like, you
out.
know, during each show, we're going to share a little bit about what else is coming up for us, you know. So, like, for example, tomorrow we launch the summer autumn season of the Alara Canfield Show, the Awaken Happiness Now Global Masterclass Series that starts tomorrow. So if you are not already joined, you can go to alara.at/show to join. And so we do, you know, calls every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and Kimberly is going to be one of my guests a couple of times this new season coming up. And then on Friday, I have a live inner child healing call. That's right, inner child healing call. So, you know, if you'd like to know more about that as well, you can just, you know, put a message in the chat. And if you are already in my community, well, you'll get an email. You'll find out more. So just let us know, and we'll be happy to support you. So Kimberly, what do you have going on this week?
I just finished the 12 days of the energy transmissions from the group from the last show that I was on with you. So and plus, like, they're in it when you step into membership, and then the people that are already in my membership. So we just finished that yesterday. So for 12 days, we've been going through that experience. And so that was a lot, and it was a lot of shifts, and it was like really, and I love the community and how we come together with stuff. So my membership is, I'm running a special right now on it. And so sometimes I close the doors and it's opened back up because I just feel like everybody needs a lot of support right now, or could, you know, not needs, you know what I mean? It's like the energy of that. So membership is only either $20 a month, or you can pay for it straight out, and it's $200 for the year. So I'm doing those specials right now. And your year starts with your year. It doesn't start from January. It starts when you step into it. Yeah. So that's the big thing. I'm putting everything into it and creating, you know, the programs and where they'll be able to access stuff like that.
Awesome.
I've got some new stuff that dropped in this morning to do some connecting with currency codes and manifestation. And I can really, and bringing that in, that there's some stuff that needs to be cleaned up. That's what I'm feeling. It's like whatever the old has been in the new paradigm that we're stepping into. So I'm wanting, that feels like that's the next project to bring in that way.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So speaking of membership, I have a membership call coming up in 15 minutes right after this call. So
yeah.
And so it's always so much fun because, you know, I love my community. I love the people in my membership. I love the tribe, the group that I work with in the regular higher dimension healing intensive. I just love them. We've become a family, you know, and it's so much fun. It's wonderful to see how they are changing as well, and you know, becoming their own, you know, like being more of who they are and just expanding and growing and more joyful and more happy. It's just, I just love it. So, you know, this is what lights us up, is working with you one-on-one or in groups. This is what brings us joy. It's just so much fun, and it brings us joy, and we would love to support you as well in this community, you know, with these shows, and also, you know, any other way that we can. So please do reach out to us. Please do connect with us, contact us, and, you know, share what else you would like to see in these shows as well, including guests. You know, if there are some guests that you would like to see, let us know, you know, and we will see if they would be a good fit, and if they would like to come on our show for fun, right?
Yes, definitely. Reach out to us and let us know what you would like for us to bring from the formless into the form.
Yes, this is about demystifying consciousness and embodying the divine, right? And so all of the tools and resources and everything that we share in this show is about you embodying the divine, because you are the divine.
Exactly.
It's
You are.
it's that simple.
You're
are
already embodying it, really. And it's like, and that's the whole ascension is about that. The embodiment.
Yeah.
That we are the divine in these DNA skin suits. It's
Exactly.
like we are. Yeah.
We are. And so this is about you showing up as that and in your own way, on a regular basis, right? Not just sometimes, but all the time. And acknowledging that and just loving yourself for that. You are that. Be that now. Okay. So so that was great. That was fun.
Thank you all for being here. Playing with us today.
Exactly. This is play. This is play for us, right? There's no structure, there's no rules, there's no regulations. It's play, and we would love to play with you. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. Share your comments below in the group, anywhere else, and we look forward to engaging with you more and sharing more with you next week and the week after and the week after and the week after, and so on.
Right. Thank you for being the gift that you are.
Thank you, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.